Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Erica, and in today's video, I'm going to be creating an eye look with the Sage the Day palette from Colourpop. My son got me an Ulta Beauty gift card for Christmas, so I did go onto their site and I picked up this cute little palette here. I love the packaging and I love the color story even more. Greens, browns, earthy, grungy. That's my favorite kind of palette. This shade right here, it's called Nature Bay, and I've got to have that on my eyelids. That's going to be the star of the show in this look today. Now, this is similar, I would say, in color story to the Child palette from Colourpop, and also maybe a little bit of the Mandalorian palette from Colourpop too. But I don't have either one of those palettes, so I just felt like this would be the perfect addition to my collection. So if you're interested in seeing my look come together using the Sage the Day palette from Colourpop, then please sit back, relax, and let's get started. So my brows are done, and this eyelid is primed in the P. Louise eyeshadow base in Room 01. And I think what I'll do is start off with this shade here. This is called Keep Calm. It's this beautiful kind of light sage green matte, and put that in my transition area. And I did want to talk to you guys a little bit about what's coming up on my channel. I did do my very first short, and it's the intro to my true crime videos that I'm going to be doing here on my channel. And I think it was a little bit confusing because I think some people thought that I was going to start like a whole nother channel doing true crime, and I'm not. It's just going to be on this channel here. And I think what I'm going to do initially, this first one, it's coming up on Sunday the 5th, is just talk about the crime case with my makeup already on. But in the future, I might do my makeup and talk about the case at the same time. What would you guys prefer? Let me know what you think about that in the comment section. I just really wanted to kind of get my feet wet with this first, you know, just talk about the case in the first video that I'm going to be doing. Just kind of see how it goes, see if I like doing it, which I'm sure I will, and also see if my subscribers and viewers like it too, before I get like super invested into doing true crime on my channel. I know that might seem kind of strange because this is a makeup channel, but true crime is something that I've always been very intrigued by, and I know that sounds strange. I do have a degree in psychology that I got eons ago, but my main focus, well, one of my main focuses in getting my degree was abnormal psychology, like studying the criminal mind, and it's just always been something that I've found just very interesting. I don't know why, I just do. Just to try to kind of like figure out why people do some of the things that they do. I don't know. And I thought it would be really interesting to focus primarily on true crime cases in Oregon, because that's where I'm from. And I've been looking into this for quite a while because I've wanted to do true crime on my channel for a long time. Like, well, I don't know since I started, but shortly thereafter. And there are so many true crime cases in my state. I'm like, holy cow. And this first video that I'm going to be doing is kind of sensitive subject matter. I mean, true crime in general is sensitive subject matter, but this one's a doozy. Really, really is. And I do like this shade. However, it's just not as, I don't know, showing up as much as I thought it would. I feel like I'm having to really build on it. But it is pretty. I do like it. And I do like the formula. The formula seems okay. Maybe not one of Colourpop's best mattes in the entire world, but yeah, it is a really pretty color. I just wish it was more, or showing up more. Okay, I think I'm done with that for now. I might go back in and add a little bit, but now I want to deepen up the outer corner. So I want to use this shade here, and this is called Smudge Me, this dark brown shade. The first case that I'm going to be talking about on Sunday, I remember it very vividly. It happened in 1983, and I was in 3rd grade. I'm getting a lot of fallout. Holy cow. I was in the 3rd grade, and this was all over the news, TV, newspapers, everything, because the crime itself was so shocking. I mean, it just shook my entire community because the crime took place about, I don't know, 20, 25 minutes away from where I live. So, you know, it was just like, what? And the perpetrator of the crime was just starting this huge media frenzy. And I will never forget it. You know, my parents were talking about it all the time. It was always on, like I said, the news, on the TV. My neighbors were talking about it. My teachers were talking about it. My friends' parents, I mean, it was just like unbelievable. And there's a lot of detail about the case too that I want to talk about. I think the video is probably going to be about 30 minutes maybe. I don't know. Try to see if I can get it under 30 minutes. But I definitely want to give you guys as much information as I possibly can about it. And I don't know, I just really wanted to focus on the case and not like doing my makeup and like getting lost where I was at, like lose track of what I was talking about. I don't know. I just really wanted to make sure that I was giving you guys the information and doing it succinctly, have it make sense. So I'm really excited about it. I'm a little nervous just to see how the reception is going to be of the video, see what people think of it. But I am excited because, like I said, it's just something I've wanted to do since I started. And I knew if I didn't just start it, I was never going to start it. So one day at work, I was looking at my wall calendar and I'm like, okay, you got to just pick a day and go for it. So I decided, okay, the first Sunday of every month, I just felt like that would be the easiest. And that way, I'll probably film it on Saturday, get it edited, and then get it up on Sunday. So that was my way of just kind of pushing myself to do it because I just hadn't done it yet. I'm like, you got to do this. If you really want to pursue your dream, then do it. And I do like the shade. This is a nice dark brown shade. I mean, I've done other looks similar to this. I know I have, but I just love this kind of color story. Earthy and grungy and greens and browns. Some of my favorite looks are with these shades. Okay, I do like how that looks, but it's harsh. So I am gonna go grab my brush here and I'm gonna go back into Keep Calm and I'm gonna just kind of blend that out just a little bit more around the edge there. And I also want to do some Shop My Stash videos on my channel as well. I thought about just doing those once a month, but I might do them twice a month. I don't know yet. And Andy does stuff. She gives me so many amazing ideas. And she was talking a while back on her channel about how she put all of her palettes on a spreadsheet. And I thought, ooh, that's such a great idea. Because then, you're keeping track of what you're using. You're kind of seeing what you're not using. So I thought, okay, I'm going to do that. So I did, after I decluttered everything, got everything organized, I did put all of my palettes onto a spreadsheet. And then what I want to do is just randomly choose a palette out of my collection to use in my Shop My Stash videos. Because I thought what I would do is like take you guys around the room, film the process of picking out makeup, and then I'll sit down and do a get ready with me. So I do have my first palette already picked out that I randomly chose. So I do know what I'm going to be doing eye look wise, but as far as the other makeup, I just don't know yet. And I don't know if I should put all of my makeup on spreadsheets, like by category or not. What do you guys think about that? Let me know about that in the comment section too. And these two shades are blending very nicely together. I wasn't sure how that was going to go, but yeah, it looks nice. I think it looks pretty good. Now I could do a combination of shimmers on the lid. I could, but I just don't want to because I really want to use that. I think it's so beautiful. It's kind of like a green and brown flip. There might even be like some kind of bluish in there too, but that is going to go across my lid. And I am going to spray this just a little bit here just to make sure I don't get that everywhere. I did have a ton of fallout down here. I did clean that up, but geez, oh my gosh. Yes, that is gorgeous. I knew I was going to love this shade. I knew it. So pretty. And did I mention it's called Nature Bay? I think I did maybe a couple times already. Sorry. I just forget sometimes what I've already said. When I'm editing, I'm like, yeah, you said that like 42 times. Ding dong. But this is just beautiful. Oh, I love it. Very earthy. It's got that cool flip from green to brown. I don't really see the blue in it on my lid, but I definitely kind of see blue in the pan. I don't know. Maybe it's just my eyes playing tricks on me. I don't know. And I do like that green matte more now than I did when I first put it on. I don't know. I think it's all coming together well, so that's good. And then I also am going to be using the Antidote palette. And I'm either going to do a 2-look or a 3-look video with that. That'll probably be coming sometime next week, I think. And then I really do want to start doing Battle of the Palettes. Grace, Gel Beauty 87, she does that on her channel, and I love watching those videos of hers, although I've gotten very behind on her videos and other people's videos. I'm just busy with life, and when you start a channel, your free time gets really swallowed up with your channel, so I just don't have the time that I used to have to sit and watch other people's videos. I do my best, but I've gotten really behind, and I really do feel bad about that. I hate that. Yeah, I like that a lot. That is so pretty. It's a darker look. I mean, I usually like to have like a lighter shimmer on the lid too, but I really do like this. So pretty. So I do want to take the edge off, of course, like I always do with my looks. And I'm going to go back into Smudge Me. This is making a mess. This is kind of a, it's not dusty. I don't know how to describe it. It's just kind of a messy shade. And I'm going to put this just at the little edge here of that shimmer. I thought about doing a halo eye with this palette, but I'm just not very good at those. So I thought, yeah, nah, let's just stick to what you hopefully can make look good and what you enjoy doing. I do want to lighten that up just a little bit around the edge there. So I think I'll go into the shade here, and this is called Sips Tea, and put that around the edge. And I'd love to know what the weather is like where you guys are. This is a really flyaway shade. Wow, there's a lot of fly away when I tap the brush off. Holy cow. It's freezing here. It's freezing. I mean, you know, is it freezing? It's just barely below freezing. I mean, I know there's places that are like below 0. So what the hell am I complaining about? But it's just been really cold. And I just get to the point where I am so freezing all the time, you know? I just cannot get warm. I hate that feeling when you're just like, you know, bitterly cold. You just can't warm up. Oh. So when I get home from work, I throw on like 42 layers of clothes. I mean, I've got like, you know, my sweatpants, my huge, big, thick socks, my t-shirt, my long sleeve shirt, my sweatshirt, my stocking cap. Well, I don't really wear a stocking cap, but I could, because man, I am just like, I like that. I think that turned out pretty cute, that light green shade. I wasn't sure how that was going to go, because when I tapped it off from the brush, I was like, whoa, it was just like flying around everywhere. But yeah, it's pretty good. I like it. So I think I'm pretty much done with this. I do have a lot of fallout down here, so I'll go clean that up, do my other eye, my lower lash lines, the rest of my face makeup, dry my hair, and I'll be right back. I am back, and this is the finished look. Now, I do like the look, but I'm going to tell you right now, that's not my favorite Colourpop palette that I've ever used. I know it's only my first time using it, but first impressions are, it's just not my favorite. And I'm going to show it to you again. I'll explain to you why it's not my favorite here in just a minute. But before I get there, I did want to show you guys the other makeup that I have on my face today. Now, I don't have any primer on, but I did grab this for my base product. This is the Maybelline Dream BB Fresh BB Cream in medium. And I have repurchased this, I don't know, 10, maybe 15 times at least. I love this product. This is almost gone, and I'll definitely be getting it again. Very lightweight, very light coverage. I mean, it's a BB cream, but because I'm older and more mature, this just works so well on my face. And it just kind of evens my skin tone out, makes me look a little bit more fresh, a little bit more polished. And I just love this product. And then for my concealer, I did use the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind in Ivory. This is my favorite concealer. I love it. And then for my powder, I used the L'Oreal Paris Hydro Perfect Loose Setting Powder in Translucent. Wonderful powder, very light floral scent, very light, but I just love using it. For my blush, I used this little blush set that Stylevana sent to me in some PR. This is the Classic Collections Afternoon Tea Palette, and I believe this shade that I used is either Chai Tea or Hibiscus Tea. I can never tell by the shade names on the back how they're arranged, so I'm not sure exactly, but I just love the shade. I know I use that in my Stylevana video too, but I just gravitate to that shade every time. I was going to use one of these, but I didn't. Love this. So nice. And then for my highlighter, I did use the CoverGirl True Blend Super Stunner in Pearl Crush. And I just threw a little bit of this on. I just wanted a nice subtle highlight today. You can either go real bam, boom, whoa in your face with this, or just very subtle. And that's the direction I went today. Love it. Very affordable, really nice highlighter. For my mascara, I did use the gifted mascara from Tarte that Jen Beauty sent to me in some friend mail. I've used this 4 or 5 times now, and I love this mascara. It's great. Doesn't clump your lashes. It makes them longer or look longer and thicker. Love it. And then for my lower waterlines, I did use a Colourpop cream gel liner in the shade Icebreaker. I was going to go with brown, but for some reason I just felt like lightening this up a little bit. So this is the one I went with. Really nice cream gel liner from Colourpop. Love the shade. And then for my upper lid liner, I used the L'Oreal Infallible the Super Slim Felt Tip Liner in brown. And this didn't really show up as well as it normally does. I think over the top of that shimmer, the shimmer was just kind of overpowering it in terms of its color. I mean, it works okay, but it just, I don't know, it just isn't really showing up that well, but you know, whatever, it's fine. And then for my lipstick, I used the L'Oreal Paris Color Riche Satin Lipstick, I think, in 590 Blushing Berry. And I love this lipstick. It feels really nice on the lips. And I think it's a beautiful shade. So I just thought this would be fun to put on my lips today. So now, if I can get this lid on, there we go. Now let's talk about the Colourpop palette, the Sage the Day palette that I used today. Now, the reason why this is not my favorite, I mean, I love the color story. I do. I mean, this is my color story, grungy, earthy, greens, browns. But this shade right here, it's called Keep Calm. Is that right? Yeah, Keep Calm. I don't have my glasses on. This just did not really impress me that much. I felt like I had to keep layering it to get it to show up. It blended out fine. I do think it looks pretty, but I don't know. It just took me a long time, I felt, for it to really show up on my lid. But I'm pretty light-handed with eyeshadows, I would say. I usually start off pretty light-handed. So I don't know, those of you that maybe are more heavy-handed with your eyeshadows, you might get color payoff from this immediately, but I just did not do that. This shade, the Sips Tea shade that I put around the edge of that, it was very flyaway. You know, when I got it on my brush and tapped it off, I mean, it just flew everywhere. I was like, but it did apply very nicely. It worked really well with this shade, and it blended well. So, I mean, at the end of the day, that's a really nice shade. This shade right here called Smudge Me has made a huge mess in here, or maybe I made the huge mess using the shade. I don't know. I do like it. It's a really nice dark brown shade. It deepened up my outer V. I did put that on my lower lash line along with this shade as well. But, I mean, I have this shade in other palettes. Obviously, I mean, I have a lot of dark brown shades in my collection. Not so much anymore since I decluttered so many palettes, but I do have it. And then this shade here called Nature Bay, that is a gorgeous shimmer. Beautiful. I was hoping I would love it. I do love it. It's really nice. I think it looks beautiful across my lid. And then I did use this shade called Lit Vibes in my inner corners. And it's kind of deceiving because it looks peach in the pan, but it's kind of got like a light green shift to it. I really think that's a beautiful shade. But I will say that I have already created this look before on my channel a couple of times with other palettes. I have. I mean, very similar anyway. So I look at this now, I see my look, and I think, was this really necessary for me to have in my collection? Because if I can create this pretty much this exact same look with other palettes, I don't know that this was really necessary. I just fell in love with the color story, the packaging, love greens, browns. I mean, you guys know how I feel about these kind of color stories. I just feel like I have these shades in other palettes that I think perform better and that I like more. So I don't know, this might get decluttered. Maybe my daughter will get this. I don't know, but I do want to use it again, give it another try, give it a few more tries before I just totally get rid of it. I mean, it's not that it's necessarily that I need to get rid of it. I don't know, I just wasn't really that thrilled with that palette. Let me know what you guys think of this look in the comment section, and let me know if you have that palette and what you think of it. I feel like all I did was say a bunch of negative things about it. I do like it. It's just not my favorite palette from Colourpop. And I'm so excited for what's coming on my channel. I cannot wait to film my true crime video. That's gonna be really fun. I hope it turns out really well. I hope people really like that. And then of course, my Shop My Stash videos that'll be coming, my 2 or 3 looks video with the Antidote palette from Be Perfect. And then I really do wanna start doing Battle of the Palettes here. I just have a long list of videos I really wanna conquer in the year of 2023. I've had a list of things I've wanted to do in the past, but this year is going to be the year that I conquer them. Thank you so much for taking time out of your life to sit down and watch this video. If you are new here and you enjoyed what you saw, please consider subscribing, smash the like button, and of course, comment down below in the comment section because I love to chat with you guys there. And if you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I cannot wait to see you guys again on my next video, but in the meantime, please take very good care of yourself. Be well, safe, happy. See you soon. Bye.
Drop it.